and Namaste. Welcome to this session. This session is important from the perspective that all of you who have now installed Blender and have seen some parts of how to interact with it would be eager to know that this particular window, which is the 3D view window, can that be adjusted, and can multiple windows be put in, and how to resize them and all other things. So this session precisely talks about that. One of the prime necessities in Blender is to add new objects. This is also very crucial because unless until you add new objects, you can hardly do anything. So let us first of all learn how to add new objects. For this, delete the existing cube which is there on your screen and get rid of that by pressing delete on the keyboard. A pop-up will come and say OK to delete it. The moment it is deleted, you will have an empty viewport. It will only show you the camera and the light, maybe if it is within the frame. You have to remember what we had discussed in the last lecture some time back about the 3D cursor. The 3D cursor is the point where any new object will be placed. Ensure that the 3D cursor is right in the center of the grid. That will enable you to see the object whenever it is added. Otherwise, if you have clicked anywhere in the grid, the 3D cursor would be present anywhere else but in the center, and the new object will get created at that particular point, which will be difficult for you. So if you remember the shortcut what we discussed last time, it is Shift C to bring the 3D cursor in the center. So let us see that. If you have clicked somewhere else using the left click, the 3D cursor has gone in some other position. Press Shift C to bring it in the center, and now you see that it is in the center. Once the cursor is in the center, then you can press another shortcut which is Shift A to add new objects. I am telling you the keyboard shortcut first, and then I will also show you how to do it with mouse. So press Shift A to get this pop-up. Remember, you have to keep your mouse in the 3D view window while pressing this shortcut. Once you have pressed Shift A, a pop-up will come which will be titled Add. Under that there will be a huge list of various objects. Since we are right now only interested in adding various mesh objects, click on Mesh. A side pop-up will open which will give you a list of different meshes available. So let us select a cylinder right now. So here you get the cylinder right in the center of the grid, which is easy to view. Let us delete this cylinder and add another object using a mouse now. Go to the bottom panel of the 3D view window where you have a button called Add. If you click on Add, the same pop-up which was there in the earlier screen will come up, and you can then select various options. The first option is Mesh, and then if you go to the side pop-up, you can select cylinder or cone again. Let us select a cone right now. I suggest you try adding couple of objects in the screen like I am doing right now by pressing Shift A and adding like a UV sphere. I can add maybe a torus. Observe that first I left click on a position where I want that 3D object to appear, and only then I add the object. Like I am clicking at the far top right now, and then I press the Shift A shortcut and then select the object. So this is how I can add multiple objects. Why you need to practice this? Because there is going to be an assignment on a similar action what we just saw. Okay, so probably you can just practice it later. Right now let us see how can you utilize the possibilities in Blender to resize or to add more windows for viewing your 3D objects. Customizing the viewports in Blender is fairly easy. The border lines of various panels actually provide us the necessary options to resize or merge multiple windows or viewports. For example, if you move your mouse to the edge of the window, right now like I am going to the vertical edge of the window, the cursor changes its shape to a double-sided arrow, which means that this line can be moved in either of the directions, either on left or right. So if you just click and drag, the size of the window varies from what it was. This is fairly easy and it is common in most of the other softwares which you have been probably using earlier. It will happen the same way for any horizontal line of the window also. For example, if I click on the line in between the two panels, I can change the vertical size of these two panels. That is fairly simple. However, if you want to split a particular viewport into two, then there is a slightly add-on process to the same process what we just saw. Go to the edge of the window what you want to split. So right now like I have gone to this vertical line and I will just right click on the same double-sided arrow. When the arrow becomes double-sided, I will right click. It will give me two options, split area and join area. Since I want to split area right now, I will click on split area. Once I click on the split area, a thin grey line will appear in the blank area on the left hand side. It can be moved at the desired position by moving the mouse. Once you are satisfied with the position, you can click using the left click. Remember that left click will confirm your splitting action and right click will cancel that action. You can also use escape on the keyboard to cancel the action. For example, whenever you split your viewport, if you are not happy with the position, you can press escape and then you can start over again. Now you can see that this big 3D viewport has been split into identical two 3D viewports. Also observe that all the panels which were associated with the initial viewport are same in the new viewport also, which means that it will actually duplicate the viewport. Now you have to use your numpad options to change the viewport from what it was. So for example, it is user perspective right now. If you press 7, it can go to the top. Like now you can see that the horizontal 3D view panel on the top has been changed to the top perspective and one on the bottom is still the user perspective as it was. Okay, let us now try and split these windows vertically. For this, we have to go to the horizontal border line of our panel and again the two-sided cursor will appear. Right click on that, the pop-up of split area will appear, select it. As you can see, a vertical line will appear and this line is adjustable. You can move it around like you can see right now. Whenever you are done with the position, just click. This time you have to left click if you are happy with this. The moment you left click, you can see that two identical windows have been created, one on the left and one on the right. You can change the viewport of any one of them by pressing the numpad, which you already know now. For the front view, you can just press 1 and you can get it as the front view option. For the window on the left, the window on the right still has the user perspective. Splitting can also be done by using another smarter way. Look for the handle on the top right area of the 3D viewport. This looks like three lines which are provided at the corner. Click and drag these lines. Left click and drag these lines and then you get another viewport instantly. Keep dragging them till you get the desired size of the viewport. As simple as that. This session we have covered interesting things about managing the viewports, and I am sure that this is going to help you while you are actually modeling newer models and different settings within the modeling, which you are going to learn in the forthcoming sessions. So keep watching these videos and keep giving your feedback on the discussion forums what we are hosting. Thank you very much.